All right, I'm about to tell you all a secret, and they don't want you to know this. They don't want you to know this. I might even be risking my life by telling y'all this. But if you're American, especially if you're white, you're being gaslit by the entirety of Latin America, except for Mexico. You're being gaslit. What do I mean by this? I've been in constant situations where, I was living in Los Angeles or I was living in San Francisco, where like we'd go eat somewhere, someone from Latin America, if it was not from Mexico, someone's from like Colombia, someone who's from Peru, Argentina, and they'd be like, oh, like, you American or you white person can't eat this spicy food that I'm able to eat. And I didn't know that they were lying. I had no idea. But they are lying. They are lying. I've spent about 7 months now in Latin America. The food is not spicy. I should change this. I'm going to change this title. I'm changing this from Latin food is not that spicy to Latin food is not spicy. I'm even taking out the that from this. That's how confident I feel about this. So I just want to tell like one specific story before we get into like the like I'm giving y'all a country by country breakdown on this. Okay, the chili story. So like I learned how to make chili in. Hey, so for some reason my recording software kind of screwed up and there was like an issue. So I'm just gonna cut out the chili story. I like these videos to be kind of like prompt and off the cuff, so I don't want to re-record it because then like kind of lose that. So basically, I had a friend from Honduras who was gassing me up, telling me how spicy the food he could eat is, and how me being like a white person from America, I can't eat spicy food. But like I learned how to make chili in the South, and the South like people don't know this about the South. They eat really spicy food in the South. Like Carolina Reaper, the spiciest chili comes from Carolina, not Carolina, Carolina. Anyway, so like so I was like, hey, like how spicy do you want this food to be? Like I like it spicy. And he was like, make it as spicy as you want, because so like I made it like moderately spicy, and he took like 2 bites and couldn't eat it anymore. It was like too much for him. So I had to like put like a shit ton of sour cream in that. And I actually had a friend from Asia who did the same thing. Like when I was like making tacos one day, it was like also a roommate, and like I needed to put sour cream in his shit too. He couldn't eat it. Um, this is a Latin America focused video, but I just want to say like Asian food is not that spicy either. Um, if you're an American who can eat spicy food in America, you can eat anywhere in Asia, like no problem. Even India. If you're like an American who can't eat spicy food, like Asia might be tough, might be a little bit tough, but like Latin America's not gonna be tough. All right, so we're gonna go back to this. I'm going to Costa Rica. Hopefully, there are no more issues with the recording. This is Costa Rica. This is what Costa Rican food basically looks like. Like if you're visiting Costa Rica and you don't go to like the touristy places and you like go like off the grid to like the actual Costa Rican places, that is basically what you're getting: rice, meat, some lettuce, an egg, probably like a plantain in there, and the meat is not made spicy. This is not a spicy meat in this dish. I promise you. If if you if mayonnaise is too spicy for you, you can probably eat this meat and it'll be okay. Seriously, you'll be fine. Let's go to Colombia. But I'm doing countries that I've been to, but this is like I'm representing the majority of Latin America. Like for example, like Costa Rica's here, Colombia's here, Panama's in the middle. Do you really think Panama is gonna be that much spice? Is gonna be like spicy if the surrounding countries aren't? Like maybe if you get closer to Mexico, I'm going to El Salvador later. Maybe El Salvadorian food is spicy. I don't think it will be, but maybe because you're getting close to Mexico, maybe. But like at that point, I call it like Mexico being spicy, and it's just like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. This is Colombian food. Colombia. Usually they don't serve the beans in a separate bowl, but that again, that's basically you're basically getting the same food in Colombia as you're getting in Costa Rica. It's meat, egg, beans, an egg, rice, arroz, plantains. They might put an avocado in there. That's not spicy. There's no spicy. And by the way, Colombian food is notoriously bad. Um, I think Colombians try to like grab on the coattails of other South Americans. Colombian food's not good. I'm sorry, it's just not. It's just not. I'm saying that. I'm saying it. Like, I love Colombia. Colombia is one of my favorite countries in the world. And the actual produce and the actual food in Colombia is fantastic. It's just like when you take food in Colombia and you put it in front of a Colombian chef, he does not elevate it at all. It's here, and then it goes here, here to here, here to here. That's all you're getting with a Colombian chef. Here to here, here to here, which means like if you ever go to Colombia for like an extended period of time, just go to the supermarket. Like you're not missing out. You really. And by the way, one thing that's terrible in Colombia is the sushi. Just giving you information. Use it how you want. Anyway, this is an empanada. I don't know if it's actually from Colombia or if it's from another country, but like empanadas could be spicy. There's a like it is a thing that would be spicy. It's not. It's just ground beef. You're fine. Peru. I couldn't find a good image of Peruvian food for some reason, but like that's not totally what it looks like, but that's like pretty close. Again, meat, sauce, rice, beans, like that's what all South America eats, right? Oh, I don't know why I shouldn't have a cocina there. That's meant for Brazil. It's not spicy. Peruvian chicken, by the way, is phenomenal. Phenomenal. And all this food except for Colombia is good. It's just not spicy. That's all I'm trying to tell you. You're being gaslit. It's not spicy. So many other Latin American countries are riding on the coattails of Mexican spice. It's not accurate. It's not spicy. Peruvian chicken is served with like mayonnaise. It's not mayonnaise. It's like some other type of like thing that's kind of similar to mayonnaise, like kind of like between mayonnaise and like sour cream. I'm pretty sure there's like a Peruvian who's watching this, just like, oh, it's this. That's basically what it is. Here's how unspicy Peruvian food is. So this is called lomo saltado. It's a really famous Peruvian dish, and basically, like this never occurred to me until I went to Peru. But then, like once you go to Peru, it makes total sense. There's a huge Chinese population in Peru. I think it's like 10% of the population is Chinese. Maybe not fully, maybe like half. Like I met a lot of like half Chinese, half Peruvian people. Which again, like sounds weird at first, and then you realize, oh yeah, it's like on the Pacific coast, and there's like China right over there, like of course, right? And so a lot of Peruvian food is inspired by Chinese food, and they even have a cuisine called I think it's called chiva, if I remember correctly. It's been like a year since I've been to Peru, and that's where lomo saltado comes from. It's basically like a half Peruvian, half Chinese dish, and again, it's fantastic. It's not spicy, which kind of like underlines my point if you think about it. It's like lomo saltado is a Chinese dish without the spice. That's basically what chiva is. It's good, it's delicious. I would take some chiva dishes over some Chinese dishes even. Like it's good stuff. And they even have like the Chinese like you go to a chiva restaurant, it's like they have like the Chinese stuff there. You know what I mean? Like it's like ornamented in a Chinese way, but not spicy. Anyway, let's go down. Brazil. I've had so many Brazilians try to flex on me for their like spicy food, and like I've spent about 2 months in Brazil now. It is not spicy. So this, you see, like the big one, it's called feijoada. Feijoada could be spicy. Again, like, talking about like an empanada. Feijoada is Brazilian chili, if you think about it. That's really what feijoada is. It's just Brazilian chili with like a lot of different parts of the pig. It's not spicy. They made non-spicy chili, and then Brazilians come to America to tell the people who make spicy chili that their non-spicy food is spicier than the American spicy chili. Make this make sense. And what they're trafficking off of is your ignorance. They're trafficking off the fact that y'all don't go to South America. But I did. To tell you the truth. That is called a cocina. Again, it's basically like a Brazilian empanada, but it's a little bit more corny. Not like corny, but like I think the crust is made out of corn, while an empanada is made out of like bread. I'm not a cook. I don't know how this stuff works, but like that's basically like, a big difference between the two. It's great. Not spicy. Finally, I haven't been to Argentina yet. Argentina. But I've eaten a lot of Argentinian food in Colombia and Costa Rica, not in Peru. The reason why not Peru is because like Peru has such a strong culinary culture that like they're not gonna have Argentinian food in Peru. It just seems weird. You know what I mean? Like it's like going to like. It's not a perfect example because they're both called the same thing, but it's like going to like Texas and seeing like South Carolina barbecue places. It's like they're not gonna have that there because it's like there's Texan barbecue. Like why would they do that? But like Costa Rica, I don't like that whole conversation about it. But basically, like Costa Rica, like is kind of like it's kind of like Las Vegas a little bit, where like until the 1930s, they didn't really have that many people there. It was kind of like because it's between a lot of different mountains, so like Costa Rica itself was not very populated. So in kind of ways, it's a little bit of like an I don't want to say artificial country, but like kind of like it doesn't have like large cultural roots the same way that like Colombia does. And in fact, if you go to like San Jose, which is where I stayed, and then I also went to like the coasts on another trip. Like you're gonna see a lot of Colombian and a lot of Argentinian restaurants, and also like pizza and stuff and burgers. But like you're not gonna. There's no like it's kind of weird. Like you go around Costa Rica in San Jose and like the tourist area. There's no like Costa Rican restaurant. You know what I mean? Like no one's like this is. Anyway, it's Argentina. This is not spicy at all. Anyway.